Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing great. I would like to welcome you all to today's Saudi Arabia event on how to strategize yourself and become a brand. On behalf of Agile People Ops, me, Mariana, your host, would like to thank you all for taking out your precious time and joining us today. I would like to introduce our Saudi Arabia country ambassador, Moteb Al Shamari. He is a highly experienced international leadership professional with 18 years of experience. He is the first Saudi national to be awarded as International Pride HR Professional 2010 from World HR Congress, as well as the first to be certified as Agile People Ops Coach and APF Community Country Ambassador, demonstrating his ability to lead agile transformations that enhance productivity and engagement. Throughout his career, he has been recognized for his strategic vision, team building skills, and focus on delivering results. Muteb has held leadership roles in global organizations. I would now like to call upon Muteb to introduce our speaker and say a few words. Over to you.
Thank you, Mariana. Ladies and gentlemen, assalamu alaikum, everyone. Hope everybody will be having a great time today with us. This is our third event for the Saudi Arabia community, and it's our second event with my great friend, Dr. Mahmoud Khan. And I would like to introduce Dr. Mahmoud Khan, with over 28 years after being a university professor into the helping and supporting organizations within a human capital and increasing the service quality within the Saudi Arabia and across geographies within the Arab world and certain countries of Asia. And happy to have Dr. Mahmoud here today. And although he's coming from Jeddah, he's just reached to Riyadh. Alhamdulillah, السلامة دكتور, نورت الرياض.
الله يسلمك, شكرا.
Please go ahead.
Okay, بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف خلق الله سيدنا محمد بن عبد الله. This slide introduces who I am, and there is no need to speak about it more, other than later on you can look at it and see how many companies I worked with and where I graduated from and what I have been doing since I graduated, since I went to the university 50 years ago. I'm talking about 1966. So that will reflect how old I am. Thank you. Next. Okay. Why I made this presentation? How to strategize yourself and become a brand. It's for lots of reasons. The first of which is to get others to find out what can make them happier and what jobs should they be interested in, what tasks should be doing in order to live what we call happier and have a work-life, family, self-life balance, which is very tough. So the question is, how can I become successful? There are some rules and some guidelines for people to be successful. And the idea came when I read an article just a few months ago in January from the Harvard Business School, and another article which is in the same area from Boston Consulting Group, which I always correspond with. And the article said that companies succeed and grow larger, companies succeed and make more profit, companies succeed and employ more people for reasons. And the most important reasons for that makes these companies successful are 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the article in Boston in Harvard Business Review, first week of January, said, why don't we think about individuals treating themselves as companies, making strategies for themselves, and becoming a brand. Individuals, whether they want to do their own business or they want to work in large companies and contribute to the success and development and continued growth of the companies. So, in order for the people or the individuals to do that, they have to understand what is going on that makes the companies succeed. Okay? So my agenda for talking about this is what are the characteristics of any successful and sustaining organization? What is strategy? What is strategy planning? And what is strategy implementation? And then for a person, for the individuals, what are what is each person, what is each of you, the audience, or any person, personal vision, personal mission, and objectives and strategy. Do each of you have a strategy like companies? I believe if you are like me, I would like to always be happier tomorrow than today. What makes me happy? There are many factors that make me happy. Do I know them? Maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe I know some of them and others I did not know till I got into the situation where I had to somehow by luck or whatever, uh, I discovered that doing these things make me happy. So if you know, Alhamdulillah. If you don't know, I have done some research, which I will show later on in the circle of life, that make you realize what makes you happy, and not necessarily you don't have to follow my rules, but you can put your own rules. Okay. So the actual success after the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is what is called the DMK KSA triangle of success. I call it DMK and for my name, Dr. Mahmoud Khan, KSA, because I'm a Saudi, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And that are the three areas of success that makes the triangle. So if I get to know myself, if I get to analyze my total personality, what am I good at, what I'm weak at, what I have passion for, what makes me happy, my thinking style leads me to what to do, my emotional intelligence, my IQ tell me what to do and how to behave and all this. So if I know this, then I can make myself a strategy. And I have a strategy. I have to put a plan to implement the strategy. I have to put long-term and short-term plan. And then I have to discover what are the job families that fit me best. Why did I say job families while everybody has a CV and he wants to apply for a job? I said that because it's as a gift of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He gave us men and women the blessing of being able to do more than one job. Some people are lucky enough that they are multi-skilled, they can do 3, 4 jobs. Some people can do 2, some people, but no one is not able to do anything. There is something that you have and can do because of your thinking, because of your personality, because of your background, whatever it is. But if you want to discover what job families fit you best, then you will make your decision what makes you happier. So you choose whether to become an engineer, like I used to be over 33 years ago, or to become an HR consultant, like what I'm doing now and loving my job. So it's up to you. Okay? So actually, then I will just summarize the thing in terms of what we call the circle of life. Each of us is a point in this circle. We want to know where we are, in which section or area of the circle we are. And then the final thing, I'm going to talk about teamwork, because I have discovered that not everything I love to do, I can do by myself. There are things in order to be successful, I have to have a team that works with me, and we together we make things better. So what makes a successful team in companies or in relationship? Next. Okay. You need tools. To do anything, you need a tool. Okay? Uh, the tools you need is to will help you in balancing to your work life, social life, and be happier. Okay? Uh, you love to contribute. You are not what we call selfish. You want to help other people. Helping other people meaning that you love to contribute to the success of the others people, or love of the success of of the company that you are working for and getting your salary or payment from. That feeling of being helpful as part of the success factors that make the company succeed is also another sense of loving achievement and loving yourself, being proud of yourself, which is how to help others and how to contribute to the community you are living in, whether you are living in Maldives or in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, or in Cannes, France, or in Rio de Janeiro in South America, wherever you are. You want to feel that you are helping. Okay? Next. Okay. This is if you want to go and read the Harvard Business Review articles, which is done weekly, and you log on the Boston Consulting Group, which is one of the top companies doing consultation in many countries, especially Saudi Arabia these days, because of the booming of the Vision 2030, you can see that they talked about what I just mentioned. What they did is to make people get attracted to read their articles and see their ideas. Is that they said we have 7 steps for people to follow, and each week we are gonna give you a step to work on, and then you week after week after. They did that for 7 weeks. So as I said earlier, they started in January. They finished about mid-February, the third week of February. The first thing is you have to answer the question. How do you define a great life? Do you want to be happy and have great life? When somebody asks you, how are you? When somebody asks me, Mahmoud, how are you? I say, fine. Or I say, great. If I say great, that means I am not only fine, but I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling proud of what I'm doing, what I'm achieving. This is what I would love for each of you listeners and audience to be, inshallah. Next. So we go back to the fact about how companies are successful. Companies, to be successful, they have to go through this triangle. They have to have a vision. They have to have a mission. They have to have objectives that if these objectives, if they reach, it means they fulfill their mission and vision. But the only way to reach the objective is to have a strategy. A strategy, how that will, a result of which will get them to reach their objectives, fulfill their mission and vision. Building a strategy is not easy. So to make sure that your strategy is done good and the steps are correct, you make two kinds of strategies. You make the short-term planning strategy and long-term planning strategies. But you have to remember that these strategies are not what you call in Arabic Quran Munazzam. It means they are not fixed. It should be flexible and it should be adjustable to fit the needs that happen or arise after you start the strategy. There are three things that affect your success. After the gift of blessing of Allah, the success, one is how you are doing with your own strategy, which you built up. And the second, what about the factors that you cannot control yourself? The outside factor, uncontrollable factor, like the economical factor, like the other people, like your customers, you cannot control, like the people, your suppliers, you cannot control. Okay, so if they change, the customer, if they change their taste or their expectation, then you have to adjust your strategy and plan to fix that. Same thing if you have a problem, financial problem with economical problems, you have to adjust that, and so on. So your strategy is well built to meet the factors that will make you successful, but at the same time, you have to do what we call not smart project. You don't have smart objectives. You have, I will add the ER, you have to have smarter objectives. Let me remind the people what they mean by smart and smarter. Smart means specific objectives, measurable, attainable, relevant and reliant, and time bound. But nowadays we add the ER because you have to have smarter objectives. The E goes for the evaluation and the R goes for the revision. So whatever smart objectives you have to evaluate. You go with the EI, what you are doing. Are you doing it on time? Are you on time? Are you delayed? Are you behind? Are you advanced? And so on. And also, then you adjust your strategy and adjust what you should do in order because of the revision. So these are the elements of strategic planning. If you as a person want to have a strategy for yourself, you have to have all these elements. Next. Okay, this is the circle of life. Each of you will have maybe 10, 20, 30 items in his or her mind that make them happy, make you happy. That's too much in my opinion. I think I did some research for 3 years. It took me 3 years, and I cooperated with an Australian company and a British company when I used to work in the Emirates in Dubai between years 2000 and 2010, but especially the first 3 years. We wanted to find out what makes people happy because we did what we called employee satisfaction surveys. We did people surveys and so on. So each of you, men and women, have different things that affect your being happy. Also, even if you have the same things, say 10 or 20 things that makes you happy, each of you, whether you have a sister or a twin brother, will have different priorities, what makes you happier. So somebody will put this 10 circles. The largest circle is 10, and then 9, and so until we go to the first. So the biggest circle next to the item that makes you the happiest in your life, you put the number 10. And then you put the number 9 and so on, 1. From my research, I found out when I did it in Qatar, in the Emirates, in Egypt, in Lebanon, and of course in Bahrain and Oman, all the GCC and my country, Jeddah, Riyadh, wherever. I did this personally with more than 1,500. I came up with the 9 factors that makes people happy. Let me just read it quickly and say, well, having a career makes me happy. Developing myself makes me happy. Having lots of money makes me happy. Having good relatives and friends, relationships makes me happy. Being healthy and I don't have to visit the hospital or ever see a doctor makes me happy. Whether it's physical health or it's mental health. Living in a certain place makes me much happier than living another place. Okay, so some people want to live forever in Maldives. Some people want to live forever in Jeddah. Some people want to live wherever it is in the desert. Rub al Khali, I just have the tent and the camel and drink yogurt and milk and eat dates. Everybody has different ways of happiness. Okay, so this circle, when you get it, think about it and put the number. For example, I'll talk about myself. I am now about 76 years old, alhamdulillah. And number one factor that makes me happy is not money at this time. It's health. I wish that I don't have diabetics, I don't have blood cholesterol, I don't have what we call blood pressure, whatever it is. That's what makes me happy. Okay? Some other people who just graduated from the university, they say what makes them happy, they are looking for a career. So that's number 10 for them. Others say no, it's my family, it's my husband, it's my children, it's my parents. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay. And some people, I want to have my own time. I want to have my own precious time. I want to go and sit next to the beach, sit on a chair, take off my shoes and play with my feet in the sand. Look at the sun when it's getting down. It's about sunset, enjoying the sounds of the waves. That's what makes me happy, and so on. So when you put this, you put. I don't want to influence you, but for example, for me, number 10 will be my health, and number 9 will be my lovely wife and family. I have been married happily for 52 years now. And number 3 is personal growth. I like to learn, continual learning. I would like to learn till the day I die. I knew I retired just 17 years ago, but I'm continuously learning. I fly to the States, I go to the England, I go to Malaysia, wherever there is an HR conference or there a meeting or some short courses, I would love to learn that. And so on. Okay, so let's go on next. The main thing is that when you prioritize what makes you happy, you have to work for that. For example, if you say, I know that in order to, my health is the most important thing. So in order for me to be happy, I want to keep healthy and eat good food. Okay, eat good food. But look at what people are doing. They're supposed to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast usually between 6 and 7:30 a.m., lunch between 12 and 1:30 p.m., dinner between 6 and 8 p.m. So today I had this on time. Tomorrow I missed breakfast. The day after I had lunch, not between 12 and 1 lunch hour, I had it at 3 o'clock. And dinner is 6 to 8, which is very healthy because if you want to go to bed at 11 or 12 midnight, you should not eat after 8 p.m. No, I will eat at 11:30 p.m. or 12 midnight and go to bed right away. You lost your number one factor as eating healthy and being healthy. So you have to, if you say something, if you write in that circle, you have to adjust that. Okay? How about having time for myself? Having time for yourself is, for example, you go to Scene Cafe or Barnes Cafe, whatever it is, and drink coffee. But you are not really relaxing when you are drinking the coffee. The coffee is getting cold because you are texting your mobile messages or you are typing something. And you are so involved in typing that your hand goes to the coffee cup and it drips and you lose it. What if you want to enjoy coffee, just drink the coffee. Don't mix it to something else. Same thing for the other picture, which is say, I want to sleep on time because I know if I sleep, I need to sleep 8 hours. Yes, you go to bed at 12 o'clock, turn off the lights, but suddenly you turn on your laptop or your what you call ايش اسمه هذا غير اللابتوب ايش اسمه نسيت اسمه ايباد or your mobile and look at this guy. And then the second day, he will not wake up unless he has the alarm clock because he didn't sleep enough. The picture, I mean, the message is very clear. Don't say something and you don't apply it. Next, please. Okay. This note is to working women. Forget perfection. There is no such thing in life being Mrs. Perfect or Mr. Perfect. So if I love a lady and I propose to her, I don't expect her to be Mrs. Perfect. And you, if you love a man and you wait for him to propose and get on his knee and give you the ring, don't expect him to be Mr. Perfect. Okay? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you two hands and you are dreaming of having 6 hands. You want to be a housewife, you want to have a good job, you want your house to be clean, you want to take good care of yourself, good care of your hair, good care of your body, and you want to cook because everybody in the world says if you cook good for your family, they love you, especially your husband. Okay? So what does this mean? This picture means you have to give up a bit of something to be able to get part of another thing that you have passion for. A very strong message. I wish that everybody gets it. Okay. Next. This is from Japan, but I put it in Arabic. This is what goes in my opinion, in the mind of many people. These circles are interchanged with each other, and a person is confused what to do. No, you should not be confused. If you think about each of them, you will help your life have what we call in Arabic مغزى حياتي. I don't know it in English, the word maybe متعب or Mariana can help me. One circle says there are multi things that I love to do. 20 things, let's say. But the question is, am I able to do everything I love? The answer is what? No. Not everything I love to do, I can do. How about another thing? There are things that you are good at. The pistachio color circle. Everything you are good at and you can do, you love and you have passion for? No. Not everything you can do, you really love it. For example, for me, I am a good driver. I have a driver license from the traffic police in Saudi Arabia. I have a driver license from the US. I have a driver license from India. I have a safety driver, but I don't like driving in Jeddah. Okay? Simple. As an example, and so on. And as you go on, then you have to adjust this and only choose to do the job that not only you love to do it, but you are doing good at it. And because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you and he asked you in Quran, it means you have to study, you have to work for it, you have to have a training, you have to have vocational training. And you don't do any job that doesn't make sense. You do a job that has a mission, You do a job that helps the world, gets the world what the world needs. And then you summarize this 20, you get it down to 15, 10, 5, till you get to only 3 jobs that you love to do, you have passion for. Okay? But these 3 jobs are different because this job gets you to earn 10,000 riyals a month. This job gets you to earn 15,000 riyals a month. This job gets you to earn 20,000 riyals a month. So which job do you choose? It's up to you. Of course, I choose the job that I have passion for, I can do good, I'm learning it, and get me the highest money because I need money. Okay? Next.
The center circle called the meaning of life, مغزى حياتي دكتور.
Yeah. Exactly. So actually, let's go through this, which my son, I stole this slide from him. He's an international certified executive coach, life coach. Okay, let's go through it. Let's have the slide. Click, please. You have an IQ, which reflects your intelligence, your speed of learning new things. And then you also have your heart. Next, please. Where are you, Maria? Next. Yeah. You have feelings, you have values. We call that the emotion. You have emotions, emotional quotient. So you have IQ and you have EQ, intelligence quotient and emotion quotient. Which one do you need to use? Which one is more important? Everybody has a different answer. Mahmoud Khan says, it depends. In some situation, you need more of to be in control of your emotion and values and feelings. You need more of the EQ and less of the IQ. In other situation, you need more of the IQ and less of the EQ. But you need to know how to balance them, like this man carrying the two. Okay, next, please. Of course, the things you do, you have a gift to God, you are talented. But talent is not enough. You have to practice. And the practice makes you experienced. So balance both. Okay, next. Okay, and you have your mind, you have creative things next. And at the same time, you have what we call in Arabic الشيطان, الوسوسة من الشيطان, which means that you have people, you have some, you get feeling something, say, yeah, this is good for you. And also you yourself, you have what you call your Satan, I don't know it in English, which tells you, no, don't do this. Yeah, if you do it, you are going to fail. If you do it, these people will hate you. Or actually, you might be surrounded with people who envy your success, who envy your beauty as a lady, who envy your money as a man, who envy your strengths, whatever it is, and they don't want you to be successful. So they will disencourage you. Okay? Leave the saboteurs, leave everything, and do what your gut feelings tell you. Okay? Okay. So what you need to do is you have both IQ and EQ, but you have to add to that. We added to that, not me, Fahad, my son, added, click please. It's just like filling your car full. IQ and EQ have to have PQ. PQ in Arabic means الذكاء العملي, and in English the practical quotient. What makes you use more of your IQ? What makes you use more of your EQ? It depends on the situation. Just a simple situation. I am studying for my PhD exam, so I use my IQ more. And I am dealing with my son who, and he made the mistake, and I don't want to punish him. I want to show him what is this, so I have to have a good language, a good way of how to communicate with him, especially if he's young, and I use more of my EQ. Okay? Go ahead. Next. No one has all kinds of intelligences that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives. But the most important, most common intelligence types are these 9 ones. Do you know them? Do you know which of the 9 you have? Nobody has it all. Some people have 3 of the 9, some people have 4, 5 of the 9, some people have 3 of the 9, whatever it is. Let me just go quickly with that. You have the linguistic intelligence, you have the logical intelligence, you have the kinesthetic intelligence, you have the naturalist intelligence, musical intelligence. Alhamdulillah, I have that. Okay, existential.
أغنية دكتور.
What?
نبغى نسمع أغنية. You are an artist consultant, so you may sing to
I
us.
play music, I play lute, I play the org by the ear. I don't have to study, don't look at the notes. Just tell me, name the tune, I'll play it for you.
Very good.
Okay. You have existential, life smart, you are people smart, interpersonal, and you have intrapersonal smart. Let's say that you have 4 of them. Do you know them? If you don't know them, check with your parents, check your friends, come to me. I will tell you what intelligences you have after giving you the personality assessment. Okay? Next. Okay. This is tough. The question is to each of you, audience. What is your vision of a good, joyful life? Are you pursuing your vision, your own vision? Did you have your own vision, as I said in the first few slides? Or are you following the visions of others that you see they are successful and you want to be like them? Or next, actually, just to double check thing, let's ask, where do you want to go in your career life? And how and what and how do you want to experience this? And or are you like most people unconsciously allowing the currents of the world drive you? The current of the world steer your ship. Your friends tell you, why don't you become a doctor? Why don't you become a model? Oh, you have a good voice. Why don't you become singer like Muhammad Abdu and get millions per day? Okay, it's up to you. Okay, next slide. Okay. The main thing is that you need to have a clear vision of your life and your career. Okay, there are things that are very important, and I wish that each of you and myself have it. We have 4 or 5 competencies that I love to everybody to have. The first one is integrity. The second one is courage to change and to take the first step. The third one is to collaborate and be friendly and how you can deal with others. And the fourth one is to be innovative and creative. Don't just sit in one situation. Get out of the box and get to think more. Okay, next. Okay, I got these two things from the Quran verses. Which Quran says, if you are successful, خير من السجرة القوي الأمين. So what is meant by al-qawi and what is meant by al-amin? What is meant, what strengths that each person needs to have, and what things that each person has to have. Okay? No one in life has all the characters of being strong. No one in life has the characters of being honest. Okay? It's tough. But you should think, what are the main common characters of being strong and the main characters of being honest and think which of them do you really have. Okay. I looked at the dictionaries, I looked at everything, and what is meant by Sifat al-Qawil Amin in our Quran verse, and it says if the strength is having knowledge, information, being healthy, your physical fitness, and understanding, quick reflector, experience in the field, rich, sporty, entrepreneurship, high performer, leadership, talented, supporter, determination, willingness, perseverance, acceptance, forgiveness, competent, energetic, attractive, facing facts, wisdom. I wish I have, these are 24. I wish I have 14 of them. I don't know. But whatever I have, I make use of. And then the next page, please. The honesty and integrity. The main characters is good behaviors, how to deal with others, doing your job well, being honest, being fair in your treatments, being committed, being time disciplined, sincere, optimistic, fulfill promises, cooperate with others, trustworthiness, not giving up easily, and integrity. Which of these 14 do you have? I don't know. I think I have about 6 or 7 of them. So if you know each of these, then it will help you decide what to do in your life in terms of having a career and a job. Next slide, please. These are 8 characters that Mahmoud Khan put them all with the start with the P, because I attended Edward de Bono 6 Hats. Okay. I don't know if you have read his book or read about the 6 Hats of Edward de Bono, an Italian guru in HR and management. And also people say the 4 P's of marketing. So I said, Dr. Mahmoud Khan, 8 P's of characters that you need to consider. You wish you could have all of them. I may have 6 or 5, I don't know. Passion, and slide explains that. Patience. One must be quite patient and things do not go at the same rate as you want them to be. Persistence, don't give up. Continue and try. Successful people had failures and then they had success. Next page. Okay, perseverance, people person, practitioner. Yes, Jessica, patience is very tough. That's why in our Quran, I don't know if you have it in translated to English. There are many verses that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala God rewards those who have patience. Okay? But thank you for a message. Your note. People person, treat everybody fairly, perseverance, and practitioner. Without, you cannot learn from internet and books or just from online. You have to practice and practice and practice. Because then when you actually practice, you will find out where you are right, where you are wrong, and you can learn from your mistakes. Next. Planner, you have to plan. Without a plan, you fail. And you have to be proactive. Try to expect what's going to happen in the future. You are not a fortune teller, or in Arabic we say you don't have jinni or you have qarif wijan, but try to be proactive. Again, successful leaders don't have it all, but some people which I read about, when they take what you call the strengths finder, okay, it's a simple test, doesn't take uh, half an hour to do, and then you'll find out what are the main strengths that you have. Some people And there are, the strengths are, say, let's say 10, 15, as I said. Actually, the strengths, they were 24. If you have 5 or 6 and know them, work on them. I don't mind revealing my personality to you. I took the strengths finder and find out that these are the 5 strengths I have. I am an individualization person. I am an analytical person. I am a rager for priorities person. I am achiever, and I am a continuous learner. And alhamdulillah, I thank Allah that I have these 5 characters. The first one, I put it in dualization because this is what I have been successful in doing for the last 24 years. I look at a person, man or woman, young or old, and after assessing him or her, or just talking face to him, I have the guts feeling, or I have the whatever intuition that this guy will be a successful doctor, and this girl will be a successful uh, singer, and this man will be a successful pilot, and this girl will be a successful model. And I succeeded in that. And I have samples of that, which I discovered during the last 24 years. I discovered people who became good actresses. I discovered people who became good singers. I discovered people who became good CEOs and good doctors and good managers and good teachers. Alhamdulillah. So I put it this, but I'm not, unfortunately, and I use assessment. I use personality exercise assessment. I use Berkman. I use MBTI. I use SHL. I use Talent Q, and I'm certified in all these. So can double check after doing face-to-face interview. Usually takes 1 hour to try to help to develop the career development plan for the person. Next. Kun is a fast growing company. It came from the 3 verses of Quran. Mainly, if you want to succeed, you say that I want to do this and this. But just saying is not enough. You have to have the willingness and the passion, determination to do it. Both are not enough. You have to practice, you have to study, you have to learn, you have to do this. So it's a qawl, irad, al-amal is saying and passion and the actual doing. The verse of Quran says, يا أيها الذين آمنوا تقولوا ما تفعلون كبر مقتا تقولوا ما لا تفعلون. But this is the kun, in Arabic, kun means kun al-hayah التي تريد. That's the version. Mean, in English, it says, be the life you want to be. It's not my company, I'm just a consultant with it. Next. So there are 4 factors that makes the person successful. I put 3 of them only. I didn't put the 4th one because the 4th one, I cannot help any person who comes to me and says, Dr. Khan, please help me. I cannot. Because it's what you call in Arabic, tawfiq min Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's the gift of Allah, of God, that puts you in the situation who will become successful. The other factors are knowledge. The more knowledge you have, the better you do the job. And then skills and experience, the higher the experience you are, you do a better job. But the most important factor that makes you successful is your relationship. It's your attitude, is how you deal with people, how you make the people love and respect you, and how you make them cooperate with you. Okay? Next. Next. Good. So I'll explain. So you get your knowledge from education, you get your knowledge from training and reading, you get knowledge from self-learning, social media, whatever, internet. You get experience from a gift of God as talents, and then you practice and improve that. But you get your attitude from where? When you are young, you get it from your parents. When you grow older, you get it from your teachers in school. After high school, you get it from your friends. After that, you teach yourself how you can behave without good relationship, even if you have a doctorate degree, if you have 20 years experience, you may not get the job. If you don't know how to deal with the people and you don't behave, if you don't have a good attitude. Next, please. Okay, next. Okay, next slide. Okay, these are the things. If someone wants to get Mahmoud Khan, it's an online questionnaire that will test you. Just give me a minute, please.
So basically, Dr. Khan here is explaining how after taking the personality assessment, and it's gonna show what type of person you are and what are you good at and so on.
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
you-
okay. Yeah. So how you behave, how you think, how fast you learn contributes to your success. So we call it learning ethics. And we get that from your ability in communication, your ability in solving problems, and your analytical skill, and how you deal with numbers and figures. The second one is your behavior. You get that from how you work with people, how you behave, and what are your characters? Some characters, just to throw a few characters for you to understand. You may be very patient. You may be impatient. You may get angry within a second. You may be so nice, and even one hour does not get you angry. Okay, or you may make decisions quickly within seconds, or maybe very hesitant to make a decision and afraid to take a decision, and so on. You may be lonely and love to work by yourself, or you may love you cannot work without having people to work with you. Even some people like me, when I was a student, I didn't like to study myself by myself. I like to get two or three from my class and do the homework together. Why? To save time. If we have three problems to solve, we ask each one to solve one of them, and then we copy from each other. So we save time. Cooperation. But the main thing is what Prince Muhammad, His Excellency Prince Muhammad bin Salman, had success in getting the progress of 2030 as he planned, is the passion. The passion, if each person knows his or her passion, and then he will get to empower himself. He works on himself or herself, and he could be empowered by the people who like to help him. So one of the aims uh, of the Vision 2030 is to empower women and empower people who love to work. And because of the empowerment, this is what makes Saudi Arabia going progressing so fast as compared to the last 40 years. We did in 7 years what we could not do in the last 30 years. Okay. So we need to know what is your passion. Remember those circles, I think. Some people love to do administration jobs. Some people love to do mechanical jobs and hands-on and gasket. Some people have technical and scientific jobs. Others, jobs that makes people happy, people service. Others, enterprising, knowledge transfer in a convincing style jobs, like the teacher, like the salespeople. Others have creative and innovative. No one in life loves all the six job families. No one in life hates all the jobs. When you take this assessment, we will list from 1 to 6 what are your top 3 jobs that you love to do, what are the other 3 the jobs that you prefer not to work for. If you get this triangle, then the computer will show you more than 150 jobs with different percentages, how you fit in each, and then you decide in your career life whether to go and study medicine or engineering or arts or music or become a journalist, whatever you want to do. Next, please. So CVs or the resumes will get me to know 20% of you. The other 80% is like the iceberg, is hidden. It's your behavior, your feeling, your thinking style, your own self-awareness, your values, and your talents. The best way to do it, of course, is to test you. It's just like getting married. Before getting married, each one of us loves the other and does his or her best. After the marriage, that test bit comes. The problems will arise, find out things that were hidden and things like this. But we cannot take time, waste time, and employ people, and after 6 months, we say, sorry, we made the wrong choice. You are out. Or you yourself, as a person, say to the company, I chose the wrong company, I'm gonna resign and go to another company. Take the assessment test, check which jobs fit you, check the mission and vision, and check which companies you want to apply for. That helps you. A few hundred reals, well, whatever it is to pay assessment, pays you back a lot if you know what to do. Next. So, how do you see yourself? And how do you see others in order to deal with them? These are some characters. Do you see yourself as innovative, or a judge, or as a stickler, or controller, or a victim, or avoider, or hyperachiever, explorer, restless, multitasker, pleaser, navigator, activist, avoider, emphasizer, hypervigilant? You cannot have it all, but check what you have. Okay? Okay, you have your wife, you have your classmate, you have your friend, you have your boss, you have your subordinate. How do you see them? Do you see them as innovative, restless, navigator, activist, emphasis, pleaser, victims, avoiders, whatever? If you know yourself, you assess yourself, or you want to try to find out what are the characters and behaviors of the others, it will make things easy for you to deal with them, right? And learn and earn their respect. Next. Okay. Competency in English is that the definition in English is the ability to perform a task with the highest level of quality in the shortest time compared to others repetitively. So each of us, each of you is competent in something. But do you know what that something is? It's very important. Test yourself. Okay? So if you have the characters, your knowledge, skills, ability, behavior, traits, and occupational interests, you know what you can do for your career and what you can do to become happier. Next, please. Sorry, I got a big cup. Anyway, when you do the assessment, you have a score from 1 to 10. Okay? How you fit, where you are in terms of your learning index, where are you in terms of your communication, verbal skills, where are you in terms of your analytical skills, where are you from 1 to 10? In terms of your energy, in terms of assertiveness, sociability, manageability, attitude, decision making, accommodating, independence, objective judgment, intuitive or facts and finder. Okay? And what are the jobs you love? You will get these scores, and then we'll see. Now, I ask you, what do you want to do? I want to be a marketing manager. Then we will show you what a marketing manager characters needs to be. And if you fit that character, then you say, great, you fit that job. Say next. Next slide. So, for example, this lady, virtual meeting coordinator facilitator. This job was never created before Corona, before 2019. But now, because things online and things, it became a job. Okay? So this lady was 19 years old and she took this assessment, and we find out MA is the abbreviation for her name. I don't mind saying her name. Now she's a consultant with Price Waterhouse Company. Manara Dehisam. So MD, MA, Adduhes, MA. The scores are arranged to fit the job as a virtual meeting coordinator are the green colors. If she fits in the green, then she gets above 80% plus. If she's out, she will get lower. If she's less qualified and needs more training and more change. If she's overqualified and needs to reduce that. But this is only for one job that you choose. Like actually the outcome of the assessment that I make gets you over 150 different jobs with certain percentage of each job, as you see on the left. So some jobs you fit 90%, some jobs you fit 80%, some jobs you fit 70%. Dr. Khan, but this is overall, I want to know how I fit in terms of thinking style, how I fit in terms of your behavior, how I fit in terms of my passion. I'll tell you, okay, choose the job and I'll do it for you. It's one-time cost, but to find the other jobs is free. Next. This is what I talked initially about the circle of life. Each of you is a point, is a dot in this circle. The question is, are you in the green dominance, or in the I influencer, or in the C conscientious, or in the S citizeness? None of us in the two places. Each of us is in one only. When you answer the questionnaire about the circle of life, you will find out that. This slide summarizes what are the main characters of each one. So if you are in the red, you are an influencer, you are outgoing, you are enthusiastic, you are optimistic, you are high-spirited, you are lively. Or for example, if you are in the C, which is conscientious, you are analytical, reserved, precise, reflector, systematic, and private, and so on. If you know yourself, that's good. But in order to deal with others, try to find out whether if you are in the yellow, are they like you in the yellow, or in the D, in the green D, or in the red, and so on. Okay? Next. So, for example, I made this for many people, and I found out that this guy is in the C, Musabir Mudakil. So, that's good. That he could be, because of that, he could be in the quality assurance, for example, to make sure that everything is being right. He fits in that job. But he doesn't fit as a leader or a manager. Leader or a manager is more of the D and I, and so, okay? So this circle shows what are the priorities that you have when you get to know in which color you are, what are you are motivated by, what are the things that you are fearful or afraid of, and what we will notice in your behavior, and what are your limitations. If each of you knows where he or she is, it will help him a lot. The Everything Disc is an international test done by Wiley International. I am their representative partner and authorized tester in Saudi Arabia, Emirates, and Egypt. So I did this with many people. I noticed in one of the notes that somebody took the disc test, but I could not see it now. Later on, maybe. Okay, next. Now here we come. As I said, in Arabic, they say Jannah min ghair nas ma tiddas. In English, you cannot live alone and be happy. I am the type of person who never likes to go to a restaurant and eat alone. I want to have some people around me so that they ask for different things from the menu and I test what they take and they test what I take and they will really enjoy it. Or if I want to go to the movies, I don't want to go to the movie alone. I want to have somebody next to me to exchange ideas about what we think about what's going on in the film, and so on. I don't want to travel to Maldives or to Malaysia or to London alone. I want to travel with others so that we enjoy when we walk in the city walk or whatever it is. So, how do you become a good team? There is a book by a guru in management and HR. He's Spanish, and I took the course with him, and he gave me the book and I became a partner. I can do this with others. This slide shows the 5 behaviors of highly cohesive team. To be successful teams, you have to have trust and you have to have different thoughts and different ideas. You cannot all do the same thing. Otherwise, your company will not grow. You have to have conflict. You expect to have conflict. But to resolve the conflict, you want to make sure that everybody is committed to what he or she is good at. So if he does what he's supposed to do, he will be accountable, and then you will get very good results for the team. Is that the only way for a good team? No, there are other. The next slide. Okay. Okay, you have most 82% of the good team performance if they have these 5 characters. If they have trust, if they love to change to be better, if they motivate other team members as well, and they work as a good solid team as one person, and they always execute what they think they can do to reach the goal. Okay, next. This is the summary of all my talk. What is the triangle of success? It's you have target setting, you have time utilization, you be continuous, you be logical, you have self-motivation, you have self-confidence after the confidence in Allah, and you have optimism, enthusiasm, you collaborate good with will. So it is knowledge, behavior, and skills. Next. Thank you very much for listening. We started at 6:10 and now it's 7:10, but I'm open for questions. And thank you very much, Jessica, for nodding your head in each slide I see and giving comments. That means you are well informed of everything. Maybe you didn't need to listen to my. I, I love to have comments and questions if you like. I'm open.
Well, Dr. Khan, Jessica, she is a CEO of a kind of self-assessment and personal branding company.
MashaAllah.
And
Good.
yeah, so she knows what we are talking about exactly. So I thank her for joining actually our webinar, and she made it more fun as well.
Well, then, Jessica, are you listening to me? Okay. Jessica, one thing I love about you. Two things, not one. You are always smiling. 2 things. One, in my opinion, the reason for smiling is you are happy and you are proud of what you are doing. You are really enjoying your job. And the second thing, each that you are doing right now, like now, means you are approving what I'm saying. You are supporting what I'm saying. And thank you very much for that. So I like to maybe talk to you personally later on online or whatever, and we cooperate together. Okay? Thank you very much. I see 2 hands.
Questions?
I'm not in control. Mariana
Mariana,
is in control. Let's start with Manar and then with Hazim.
Hi, Dr. Mahmoud. First of all, I would like to thank you for the workshop today. It's really good to hear from you after a long time. It was very informative. Thank you so much. I was surprised to see my results for the assessment, the jobs assessment, and to see it after 5 or 4 years. It was very nice. Recently, I conducted the desk assessment for joining a new team at work. And it would be really nice to see if you still have my results from 4 years back to kind of see if there are any differences.
Well, I'm
now.
proud of you. I'm proud of you, young daughter Manar, because you have proved to me that what I thought about you growing, and I say to Sanfahat, she is not just a mere assistant and in online and in computer. She will grow, and now you are a consultant with Price Waterhouse companies. I'm really proud of you, and I saw that in the LinkedIn, and that's why I congratulated you, and asked you to come. By the way, young daughter Manar is one of the few examples of me being successful in developing a career, good life, and giving advice. That are her results. Thank you, Manar. By the
Thank
way,
you.
your uncle Saleh Al-Haytham had dinner
Yeah,
with me, and we really talked good about you.
that's great. Thank you so much. And sorry I don't have my camera on because I'm in the car. But
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Okay,
بطل
sure.
منار، نالك التوفيق. best of luck منار.
Okay. Now we go to Hazim.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Mahmoud, for this nice workshop. Thank you, Mut'ab, and your team for giving us this opportunity. And thank you very much. And we hope to be with you for future workshops. In fact, in 1993, I just want to share with you this information. In 1993, I have been appointed as the HR manager at McDonald's Riyadh when they started 1993. And in the first HR session or workshop or training, we have been told the following: it's always people who makes a difference, success or failure. Of course, we as Muslims, we say with God blessing and support. And it starts from the right selection. So this is the point, the right selection. And the second point, of course, Dr. Mahmoud Khan was my first boss in my career at King Fahd University of Petroleum and Minerals in 1987. And until now, we are very close associates and friends. Dr. Mahmoud was talking about the psychometric assessment. It's very important for those applying for jobs. And we as HR specialists or people in their, in HR positions, they should not depend, as Dr. Mahmoud said, on the CV and the interview. It doesn't give you more than 30 to 40%. So psychometric assessment is a must today. Dr. Mahmoud, we talk about the two important points, steps in our life, which is choosing the first one, choosing the major at the college, and the second one, choosing our career. So can you emphasize if this psychometric assessment, whether the profile XT or DISC, is suitable for high school graduates to select their major at university? Thank you.
Sure. This assessment is applicable for anyone who is 16 years old older, and because the questions in the analytical skills and the question numerical skills do not cover anything higher than ninth grade, or what we call in Arabic سنة أولى ثانوي. So the earlier the better. علم في الصغر كالنقش على الحجر. If you discover yourself earlier, you will not make the mistake of going to the wrong university or choosing the wrong major. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Hazem. Jessica, we'll take Jessica.
Hello, everybody. My question is regarding scalability. When your business has reached the moment where, and usually those are at 5 years for startups, and once a business goes into scalability and becomes a lot bigger, how would you be able to help, or how does the people help the business with the scalability? Because if you're thinking about like the psychometrics assessments and the DISC assessments, those things take time to get the people to where they need to be. But when there's scalability involved, sometimes you need to incredibly advance people's skills and capabilities to be able to scale with the company. Because in some cases, companies double the amount of work that they do, but they only have a small amount of people. I mean, how do you approach that kind of situation?
Well, thank you. It's a very interesting question, but not easy to answer. But it depends. What do you mean by scalability? If you want to expand whatever you are doing in different places, different countries, that means you have to emphasize on what we call how good you are in what you call cultural understanding and cultural respect, because the cultural in each country is different, and we need to not only understand it but respect it and know how to deal with it. Sorry. If you are successful in that, you can scale up and make branches. If you want to stay in the same place you are working and have the same people, but just expand in terms of that, you have to think what you call outside the box and think of extra services that you think that the public or the clients need that kind of services from your company, by doing what you call a marketing research or marketing intelligence research, and try to work on that and employ the people who can help you do that. I hope I answered your question.
Any other questions?
I see Maria only smiling, but she did not have any comment.
Yeah, I was about to ask Maria.
Sorry, wrong button. I work with Jessica. I'm the deputy CEO at iFormat. So everything that she's asking is kind of in alignment to what we've been discussing in the last couple of weeks. I think that the session has been very informative. I love the life cycle. You know, you've given me a lot to think about. I do psychometric testing as well, and I 1,000,000% agree with you that it is so imperative and so important for people to grab the opportunity and to do it, because without personal development and without knowing where your development areas are, you can't really go to the next step. So I've been listening and I've been taking in all the information, and I just think that it's been a great experience. So thank you. Yeah.
Okay, Maria or all audience, if you are interested to go to know more, if you are interested to do the analysis, personality assistant analysis, or the life cycle analysis, or everything analysis, you can correspond with me. If you are in the same country, I'll see you. If you are outside Saudi Arabia, either you pay the ticket for me to come and see you, or you work and use the social media, and we do this online using the
That would
Zoom
be
or Zoom
amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I'm in Cape Town, so I would have loved to host you in Cape Town, but online sounds perfect.
Yeah, okay. The first slide and last slide shows my phone number and my email, so you can correspond with me and we can talk to each other online using the social media.
Thank you so much. This has been amazing. Thank you.
Thank you to all of you. Thank you for listening. And if there is no more question, because we said we'll start at 7:10 and finish at 7:20, whatever, I don't mind answering the questions later on individually. Okay?
Any more questions, Mariana?
No, no questions as of yet.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank you.
Doctor.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Salam alaikum. Thank you for all the questions. Talk to you later. Thank you very much. Salam alaikum.
Salam.
Salam.